where I'm working. And this is the Kinder- and Jugendhaus Nord. It's the youth center for all the children and teenagers, young people living in this area, but also from other areas they can come. They are between 6 and 27 years old. And, oh, perhaps you can see it, this is our front door and it's open all the time. This is very important because we want to show everybody can come in. And in the neighborhood is the community center. This is a really important center for the neighborhood. This colleague isn't here, but you will get to know her when you come to Stuttgart, because it's a long history belonging to the neighborhood. The community center that you can't see here is developed with the guest workers. Is it right, you know what I'm saying? Especially with the Italian guest workers.
It used to be in another place,
yes.
Then it was a new building.
But they built it together. So, okay. I try to explain you how the city of Stuttgart works. In every parts of the city we have such a little institution, and the association is called the Stuttgarter Jugendhausgesellschaft. It's a free welfare company. In Germany we have got a lot of free welfare companies, like also Caritas, but this is Catholic, or the Protestant Association. This is the other side. This is religious, but it's not. They don't have religious Inhalte, purposes. It's just doing social work. And the thing is that the city is giving you the money. And sometimes this is very bad because you have to do a little bit what they want. But Stuttgart is very open to social work, because Stuttgart calls himself the friendliest city for children. Yeah? So perhaps you can understand why they try to support such projects as this field in the Nordbahnhof. Okay, so and what we do is open youth work. This is the way we call it, and this is given by law. There's a law that says city or commune, you have to do this. You have to offer this to young people and to children. Open youth work means that we have open from 3 o'clock to 11 o'clock or 10 o'clock in the night, and everybody can come. It doesn't matter what nationality, what color, if he's good educated, bad educated, if he's a little bit a criminal, or it's open for everybody. And those who work there, this is what I want from my team, is we like those young kids and children who are coming. We like them and we accept them and we try to take them serious. This is our main thing we do. And they can come, they can just meet each other, they can play, they can be creative, they can educate themselves in whatever. They can argue with each other, they can participate, and this is very important in our institution, is participation in this house, but also in the political life, in the life of the neighborhood. And they should have fun. Okay, they get help if they need it, they can do sports, and so on. Okay. Any questions so far? No? Good. These are our times. We have open. We are 5 social workers there, and 2 students, and yes. Thank you. Okay, there you can see our open area. We have different rooms, and the open area means the heart of the building. They come, and we are really, the workers are really present. So they come in, and we say to everybody hello and call him with his name and so on. I think you know this all. We have, I think, almost no German child and no German teenager. We have, the most are Turkish, I think. We have Portugal, Italy, Greek, Afghanistan, Iran, Iraq, Syria, Croatia, thank you, Serbia, Bosnia, and we have all the religions. But the most, or the main religion is that we have a lot of Muslims coming, and they are really practicing. At the moment, this generation is practicing the religion, and in Germany, you can say in whole Germany, almost in whole, not in whole Germany, but in most parts of Germany, you are, for example, we don't have pork, yeah? Because we have a lot of who don't eat pork, so we don't give them pork. When we make plannings, we look if there's Ramadan, for example, and we involve this. Okay, so you can see them playing with this, playing the gammon, sitting there talking, eating. Eating is a very important thing. You can't get everybody with eating. Cooking together, eating is important. Okay, the table tennis, this is our big room where you can do climbing, and we do discos here, we have DJing and everything, okay? And you can play pool. Okay, you can go on please. So this is the room where they can play with PlayStation or with the Wii. And we say, I think 6 years ago I thought, never I will give them a PlayStation. But this is, it's normal, and we just make them to use it a special time, only 1 hour or only half an hour. And they can hire this room, so they have a room where they can be on their own, but they are responsible for the room. So if they eat nuts, for example, and they have to clean it. Okay, go on please. This is our computer room, media, and so on. And this is our, how do you call it? Workshop. Okay. And this is for children, young people. There's every Friday fixed point, and during the week they can do, if they need something to do, they can go in there with Willie. This is Willie. And do such things. And this is also a big door that is open to the neighborhood. So people are also, adults are coming to repair their bikes. It's also a repair station for bikes. For the children, they are all together in this house, children and teenagers. But the children have a separate room where they can do creative things or play and so on if they want to be separated. Yes, we do special things for girls and boys, and we have a special program for those who want to take part in it, but nobody has to. Yes. You can see a few situations. This is our Kinderkunsttour, our children arts tour. We make a tour with art for the children, and we travel around all the parts of the city, and we do it in the neighborhood with a lot of partners. They all have a tent and do something with the kids. It's in the street where Nuno and Liv are living, so it's also a big party on the street, and this is what we do once a year. Okay? So this is just the have cooperation? Yeah? Yeah, cooperation. We have collaboration with schools. We do this for 10 years now, I think. For example, we have a big circus project with school. The school does circus, heißt die circus, sorry? The circus with the children. And one of our workers is taking part in it once in a week. And then there's we have different parties in the city doing together with all the institutions. For example, we are doing when there is the World Children's Day on 20th of September, there is the kindergarten doing something, and the community center and so on, and we prepare this together and we do it together. Okay? Okay, and then what we also have is a youth work in the political part. We have youth committee, thank you, in Stuttgart, and it's for Stuttgart North, an extra youth committee. And the interesting thing is that the young people who take part in it so far were mostly children from very well-educated families. But now this is changing. So also from our parliament, youth parliament, yes, youth parliament. Thank you. Okay, and then we have the city has given a special structure to every part of the city to build networking with all the social institutions in the neighborhood. So we have to do it. We have special meetings for those who meet with children, who work with children, those who work with teenagers, and we have the youth meeting then, and we have a big meeting where also the football club is coming and associations are coming in the neighborhood. And the interesting thing is that this is set by town. You have, by the city, you have to do this. And what is missing now, it's really good in our neighborhood, but we don't have connections, for example, to the Wagenheim. But we started a process to get them into this network, like, for example, also parents, or Lev and Nuno, for example. But they are all the time, they are really doing a lot of things, but it's really hard to involve the normal or the parents living there, the residents living there, to make them interested in participation. War das verständlich? Okay. Good. This is, I think, all. Do you have any questions?
How many kids?
It's children we have at the moment in the daytime. They come now from 5 o'clock to 20 o'clock because they are allowed to stay outside very long. We have 40 during the day, and young people we have 6 to 10, 6 to 11. And the older ones are, if you count them all, I think it's 60 a day.
A day? Is it the same people?
The same. It's their home. They feel like it's their home. This is their club where they meet, and for them it's like selbstverständlich. It's natural to come. This is my UB, and there I go to. And perhaps, yes, to understand this, they live in little apartments and they don't have a room for themselves, so, or often they don't have this, so this is more free room to do what they want. And in our neighborhood there's a big social control. because everybody is watching everybody else. And if they do something, for example, smoke, they tell the parents. So they need a place. They are not allowed to smoke in the youth club, but they need a place where they can do other things. Okay, and what was the question? Yes, but we have the problem at the moment that the schools change. They develop to schools you go the whole day. So that means the children have to be at school till 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and then they go home. And if they do any activity like a musician or anything, they don't have actually time to come to us. So we are in a process to think about what we can do. But in our neighborhood, it's not that not such a big problem, because the parents, a lot of parents don't care, so they come. For us, it's good. Okay. Any more questions?
Yes. Do you have any connection to the parents? Have you seen them?
We don't make work with the parents like a kindergarten does or the community center does, because we are specialized on the children and the young people, and we don't want to have parents in. It's
How many in your staff?
we are all together 5. I think 385%. No, me, I have a full-time job. I'm the leader, so I have 2 others with full-time, and then one with 60% and one with 50%. And they are all special. They have one not specialized. They are specialized in one thing, like young people, children, doing the workshop. But everybody has to do everything in the end. They have to be there and have contact to everybody.
And what kind of networks do you have in the neighborhood and in the city in general?
We have this. Oh, it's hard to explain. We have to meet with, for example, the community center. Then we have kindergartens, and they all have a lot of kindergartens or family centers, and we meet there 4 times a year. Then the next meeting is that all those who work with the kids, with the children, meet, I think, 6 times a year. And then those who work with young people, for example, there's also the police coming, and we meet. It's the police, it's the street workers, and
This is something you have to do? It's something that emerged?
It's given by the city, but in every part it's different. For example, we are real glad that the police is joining us, and the youth workers from the police. It's a big gift, but this doesn't work in every part of the town. It's with us it's real good, and you are free in. You can be creative with this, but you have to meet. But it depends on the person also. If you have all are not interested in, they don't come. Okay?
You say that it's open from the age 6 till 27?
Yes, this is by law.
Why?
By law, you are a young person to 27.
Really?
Yeah, but actually,
Do you have people at the age of 27 coming?
Some, but they come, but then they have children on their own again. I'm there now for 9 years, and a lot of young people now are parents.
What do they do from like 20 to 27?
They sit there, meet, play cards, talking to us. They want to help because they have ordered something with Amazon and they want to give it back, or they have problems with money and they need a letter on the computer and so on, or something to fill in. They just need help in some things. Sometimes they are too lazy to do it themselves. We don't do it for them, we do it together with them. Yes, or they just come because they have been with us since they are children. And we have others that now make this job, get educated in this job, and work with us. And they are here every day and they want to work with us. You can't say go home. Yes, volunteers. We've got a lot of volunteers. Okay, anything else?